Hey there, I'm Certified Life Coach Amy Shield, and today I'm going to talk to you about how to watch yourself think. So let's talk about what that means and how it impacts your life. So you may have heard me say before that your thoughts are optional, and that includes all of your thoughts, thoughts about yourself, other people, and the world. So sometimes your brain offers you thoughts on its own, and sometimes you may choose to think some thoughts intentionally. So why is it important to watch yourself think? Because stopping and examining your own thought process or what your brain is actually doing on a day to day basis allows you to gain awareness around your own thoughts and what they're creating in your life. So here's an example that I'm sure you've probably experienced yourself. Have you ever listened to a friend or a family member talk about themselves, their job, or some other situation in their life, and you just couldn't wait for them to stop talking so that you could point out their thinking that wasn't true, or how they were actually hurting themselves with their thinking, or that it was causing them to do or not do specific things in their life? What you were actually doing was you were watching that person think and finding thought errors in their thinking. And you can actually do that with yourself, which is totally amazing. So, here are a few ways that you can watch yourself think. First, you can just notice your thoughts as they happen. Think of it like sitting on a couch and watching your thoughts go by like you're watching a movie on TV, or like credits on a movie rolling by. And, isn't it interesting that I think I can't function with a migraine, which was one of my thoughts earlier today? Or, isn't it interesting that I think I don't have any energy to clean my house? And just notice the thoughts as they pop into your head. Like I said earlier, your thoughts are optional. The great thing here is that when you notice those thoughts, you have the ability to choose whether or not you want to believe them. So that doesn't mean, of course, that you're going to go through your life every single day and notice every single thought and say, well, that's optional and that's optional, because you would wear yourself out completely in 5 minutes because you have over 60,000 thoughts a day. But we do have these sneaky little thoughts that impact the way that we feel, which impacts our actions, which are what create our results in life. So once you start noticing the thoughts that are happening in your head, then you can start acting on those with intention to explore them, and even switch to a new thought when it's appropriate to do so. So that's one way to watch yourself think, like watching a movie on TV, sitting on the couch, watching your thoughts go by. Another awesome way to watch yourself think is to just write down your thoughts, like a stream of consciousness in your head. Even 5 minutes of writing down whatever's going on in your mind. And then, of course, once you have that list completed, go back and read it and read to yourself, isn't it interesting that I'm feeling overwhelmed about packing for this trip? Or, wow, look how worried I am about this package that I'm supposed to receive today. You can read your own thoughts almost like you're another person outside of yourself, which is amazing because what that gives you is objectivity. And so you're not so stuck inside of that thought. You have the ability to jump outside of your own brain and look at what it's doing and think, isn't that interesting? So, two ways to watch yourself think, like you're sitting on the couch watching a movie, or write your thoughts down, even if it's just for 5 or 10 minutes. Once you've started noticing your thoughts consciously, here are some things that you can ask yourself about the thoughts that you're noticing. An amazing question to ask yourself, number one, is why am I thinking that? Right? Why? Why am I so worried about this package? Why am I thinking that organizing my house is too overwhelming? Why am I thinking that my husband doesn't find me attractive, or whatever the thoughts are? Once you start asking yourself why, it's almost like pulling a thread. And every time you say to yourself why, you're pulling the thread a little bit more and pulling it a little bit more. And so just keep asking yourself why and see where it takes you. You will discover so much about yourself by looking at your thoughts and asking, okay, why? Another great thing to ask yourself about your thoughts is, what is this thought creating in my life? If I'm overwhelmed about packing for a trip, I have a lot of packing to do. I start feeling overwhelmed. because I'm thinking that I have a lot of packing to do. When I feel overwhelmed, I shut down, I go do other things. My brain does its best to get me to not take action. And so, from that thought of I have so much packing to do, causing the feeling of overwhelm, I don't get the packing done. So, thinking to myself, I have a lot of packing to do, causes me to not get the packing done. And that's what it's creating in my life. It's actually setting me back. So that's another great question to ask yourself is what is this creating in my life? Another awesome question that you can ask is, does this thought serve me in being the version of myself that I want to be? A big goal of thought work is to evolve as a human being into the best, most amazing version of yourself. Now, don't get me wrong, you are already awesome and amazing and perfectly whole and complete exactly as you are. But we all have areas of our life that we want to improve, that we want to do better in. And one of the ways that we can do that by choosing thoughts that serve us in becoming who we want to be. Another really good question to ask yourself, especially if your thought feels very, very true to you, is what else might be true here? With the example of my husband doesn't find me attractive. Okay, maybe he doesn't. What else could be true here? Is it possible that he's stressed? Is it possible that he's trying to flirt with you and you're not noticing it? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But asking yourself what else might be true here is a great way to show yourself that your thought is optional. Another example, I have so much packing to do for this trip. So this is a situation that I currently have in my life. We're taking a trip soon, and I'm thinking I have so much packing to do, it's going to take forever. So what else is true here? Well, it's a weekend trip, and I really don't have that much packing to do. I need to pack maybe 2 outfits plus 2 backup outfits, a couple sets of pajamas, and my toiletries. So I actually don't have that much packing to do. And I feel a lot less overwhelmed when I think about it like that. So I just proved to myself that my thought about having a lot of packing to do was optional. Another really important thing when you start watching yourself think is how you are approaching yourself with your own thoughts. You never want to approach yourself with judgment or criticism. You will probably, especially if you're a recovering perfectionist like myself, your brain wants to look for what's wrong. It's designed to do that. And so naturally, when you start looking at your thoughts, you're going to start noticing, oh gosh, yeah, of course I think I look fat in that outfit. You know, I can't give myself a break. I don't appreciate my own beauty, blah, 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 whatever. And that doesn't help. Think of it like this. What if somebody else outside of you was looking at your thoughts and going down the list and saying, you're overwhelmed over a little bit of packing, you need to get over it. Or, of course, your house isn't clean because you're lazy, like usual, and you can't get with the program. How would that feel? That would feel horrible. When we judge and criticize our own thoughts and our own actions and our own feelings, we're doing that to ourselves. So when you watch yourself think, you always want to approach yourself with compassion and curiosity. So instead of, oh, of course I think I look fat in that outfit, or yeah, my house isn't clean, of course, because I'm lazy, it's, isn't it interesting that I'm worried about looking fat in this outfit that I love? Isn't it interesting that I love this outfit, but I'm not letting myself feel good in it, which is the whole point of the outfit. When you're noticing your thoughts and examining what's going on in your head, talk to yourself like you would talk to the dearest person in your life that you love so much. Watching yourself think is really all about learning and growing into the awesome human being that you are. It's not about putting yourself down at all. So if you notice that, recognize it, acknowledge it, and set it aside. Don't start judging yourself for judging yourself. Like, oh, of course I'm judging myself again. Here I go, you know. But just notice it with compassion and curiosity. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm getting a little judgmental with myself. It's okay, self. I love you. We're going to look at this thought and we're going to handle it. So that's how you watch yourself think. Let's do a quick review. A couple of ways to do it. Notice your thoughts as they float by, kind of like watching TV on the couch. Or you can write your thoughts down and then go back and take a look at what's going on in your head. Ask yourself awesome questions like why? What does this thought create in my life? Does this thought serve me in being the version of myself that I want to be? And what else might be true here? And just make sure that when you are examining your thoughts, that you approach yourself with curiosity and compassion, not judgment or criticism. If you want to learn how to watch yourself think, how to dig into your thoughts and uncover what they're creating in your life and choose thoughts that are going to direct your life where you want it to go, hop on amyshield.com/book and sign up for a free coaching consultation call with me. Let's talk about how I can help you and see if we're a good fit. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day. Bye.